Someone is furious. The failed mission disappointed them. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, someone is furious. The failed mission disappointed them. Now I need y'all to understand something. People will be very disappointed, furious, pissed, and big mad whenever they can't take you down. Yes, sir. See, they put blood, sweat, and tears into trying to hurt you, into trying to destroy you. Your kids, your job, your money, finances, your emotions, your mindset. See, a lot of people spend a lot of time, energy, on you. A lot of people spend their life savings on trying to figure out how to destroy you. I need y'all to understand something. They are very disappointed because of the failed mission. Somebody drop in the comments and say you failed. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you failed. Now, whether they're trying to talk to you, talk down on you, whether they're trying to touch you, harm you, whether they're trying to tell it to other people around you, either way it go, y'all, they failed. And they are very disappointed. Why is that? Because they spent a lot of energy on that. When you think about putting your entire energy in trying to build a business, or putting your entire energy in trying to raise your kids correctly, when it fails, it hurts a little bit more because you are invested, right? Whether you have invested mentally, you have invested emotionally, and of course, y'all, the biggest one, investing financially, right? Anything you put your money into, you like, hey, man, it gotta work. It has to work. That's why when certain people date, right, and mainly the man make this big financial investment because we got to pay for the dates and stuff like that. And unless you find the right woman, or a good woman, she's going to at some point say, you know what, let me take care of it this time, right? But the point still remains, y'all, as a man in the dating field, we're going to take more of that financial investment. And if she's not the one, then we bite that bullet, all right? And that's what they're going through right now, y'all. They are biting the bullet right now. They are the ones who have to deal with the fact that the plan did not work. It was a failed mission. They had those evil intentions. They had those malicious motives, and it did not work, y'all. They put blood, sweat, and tears in trying to bring you down, and they only failed, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say you wasted your time. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you wasted your time. That is what you feel like when you put all your energy into your child and they still decided to stray away. Now, the scripture says, y'all, that if you raise a child in the way that they should go, they will come back, no matter how stupid they act. That's not always true. Supposedly, it's supposed to be, but it's not always true, y'all. Some kids never come back. That's how you feel when you put all your energy into your business. The business may not ever come back. You put all your time and energy into it, but it may not ever come back. I was listening to Anthony Mackie the other day, and he said something very profound. He says that success is not earned, it's given. And to a degree, honestly, y'all, a good 85% of that, I do agree, right? Here's what he means. Most times, y'all, we're raised to think that if we work hard, then we're going to be rewarded for our hard work. And he says, no. Most times, it took for one other person to say, hey, come with me. As if they are chosen ones, right? If you're chosen, drop in the comments and say chosen. Now, I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. See, just because you work hard doesn't mean you are guaranteed success, because you can be working hard at the wrong things. Y'all, some of the hardest working people are people who are teachers, garbage men, who do regular social work, stuff like that. But guess what, y'all? They'll never become successful to a degree of, having a bunch of money, fortune, fame, or even being able to be self-reliant without a company saying you're fired and losing everything. You know why, y'all? Because they're working hard at the wrong thing. Reno, what are you saying right now? It may not never come back. They may not ever be, extremely successful or prestigious. You know why? Because they're working hard at the wrong things, okay? And that is equivalent to time being wasted. That is equivalent to putting your blood, sweat, and tears into something and not seeing the results. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So, yes, success is mostly given when it comes to going to the next level, y'all. Even Kevin Hart said it. You don't get to the next level by yourself. Now, for all my believers, absolutely, y'all, absolutely, always God, never look, okay? It's always God, never look. But God even sends people on your path and your journey, a stranger, to help you with a blessing. So you never do things by yourself. Moses didn't do it by himself. Joseph didn't do it by himself. Job didn't do it by himself. There were messengers. There were people who was giving him messages. There were people who was giving him wisdom or giving them wisdom. So no prophet ever done it by themselves. But getting right back to the point, y'all, a person can put their blood, sweat, and tears into trying to break you down or bring you down, and they won't be successful, no matter how hard they work at it. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. But as y'all can see, we are outside, top of the top, y'all, in the morning. I said, man, I got to get out here in the morning because it's just so much more peaceful. As y'all can see, it's not really too many people out here. And if you hear anything, y'all, it's just going to be straight up nature. Waterfall, which is over here. Birds, squirrels. You can hear the footsteps of the squirrels, y'all. Okay. Just nature. Just nature. Smell good. You can smell the air. You can taste the air. You can smell the dew. Oh, man, y'all, I love it. I love it. But with that being said, y'all, I'm sending love, peace, and prosperity to the family, okay? And I'm hoping everybody have a great, blessed, and a better day, all right? But let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Leave that thumbs up on the video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's get into it, y'all. First thing is first, reason why they are furious, okay, and disappointed because of their failed mission, it's going to be this right here, y'all. They came close. Oh, yeah, y'all, that's a big one. They came close. You remember when that rat was running around in your house? Maybe y'all didn't grow up as poor as me, right? Or y'all didn't grow up as rough as me, right? But when that rat was running in your house, and you almost had them. Or that roach. I know y'all done had some roaches. Don't try to play me, y'all. But that roach was running around in your house, and you almost had them. You remember how frustrated you became? How disappointed you became? Right? How pissed off you was? Because you was this close to getting them. And they still got away. Well, you happen to be that roach in a good way. You happen to be that rat in an even better way. You know why? Because the trap they set out for you, you was able to get the cheese and get away scot-free. Somebody drop in the comments and say I'm scot-free. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I'm scot-free. This is why they are so disappointed. You know, y'all, this Super Bowl was a blowout, right? With the Eagles and the Chiefs. Of course, it was a blowout. But we have had Super Bowl games where it was extremely close. And I want to say it was the one that was last year that the Chiefs were, participating in. But whenever a game is extremely close, it is a matter of inches, right? It is a matter of seconds, milliseconds. It is a matter of the right play at the right time, right? Everything is detail specific at this point. It is detail specific at this point. And if you make the wrong move, throw the wrong pass, the wrong play, you can lose the game. You know why so many players cry and they get so disappointed that they lost the game? Because they was this close. See, a game where they know clearly we ain't gonna win, right? It may be a pride thing like, man, dang. But they know they're not going to win, so it's not a big deal. They're not going to beat down the locker room and say, we almost had it. But a game that they know they was about to win, it's going to hit a little different, y'all. Because they're thinking about all the possibilities, the if, ands, and the buts, the maybes, the maybe souls, right? The if we would haves. That's the same thing with your enemies, y'all. Your adversaries. They were this close to getting you. You know how close Pharaoh was to getting Moses whenever they split that Red Sea, right? He sent his goons right at him. Y'all go get him. This close. But what happened? The sea swept right over them, y'all. They all drowned. I don't even think Pharaoh went inside the sea. This is how selfish he was. But y'all get the point. Just because they're close at getting you, don't mean they will. And guess what? The fact that they know how close they were means that they're going to be even more disappointed, right? Think about the lottery. Whenever y'all tried to do them scratch-offs, or maybe y'all run the numbers, and you was one number off. You remember how disappointed and pissed off you was? Man, if only I would have put that 5, boy. If only I would have had another 7 right here. Another number. Ooh. I know. You become more disappointed because you were close. Right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, catch me if you can. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, catch me if you can. Number 2, y'all. It's going to be this right here, family. Rejection triggers self-worth. All right? Rejection triggers self-worth. Now, the reason why rejection triggers self-worth, because this is a self-esteem thing, okay? This is a psychological esteem thing, and this is how you feel about yourself, all right? So anytime you are rejected from a job, a person, place, or thing, it automatically triggers on the inside of you, am I good enough? Am I okay? Is there anything that's wrong with me? Did I do something wrong? Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Rejection triggers self-worth. You automatically start thinking about your value. You automatically start thinking about, am I worth enough, right? So, for instance, whenever a person is dating, right? Sometimes, y'all, people ghost you. Sometimes people have their conversation with you. Sometimes people just don't show up, you know? And in this moment of time, you got to be strong, y'all. Because guess what? Sometimes it's not always you. Sometimes it's them. Sometimes it's their lack of commitment. Sometimes it's their lack of their own self-worth, okay? And so if you fall for the ghosting, if you fall for the small talk, if you fall for the little energy they gave you that stuck with you and made you feel less than, then rejection of any sort will always trigger your self-worth. So when that person is dating and they say, you know what, John, I don't want to date you no more. You don't supposed to go around here and say, oh my God, Maria, why? My entire life is wrapped around you. No. You politely walk away. Maybe there's a conversation, but anytime an adult have made their mind up, they made their mind up. Have you thought about the time you tried to convince your mom to let you go to the movies or the bowling alley after she done said no 5 times? Her mind made up. You ain't going. Maybe next weekend, though. Not this weekend. Same thing with this, y'all. Whenever an adult's mind is made up, listen, y'all, allow them to sit in that. They don't know what they lost. They don't know what they walked away from. Maybe God is removing them. You never know what's going on spiritually. But the point is, y'all, it don't have nothing to do with your self-worth just because you was rejected by a person. I heard somebody say, there's no one so significant and important in this world that you can't walk away from. Let me say that once again, y'all. I heard a person say, there's no person in this world that is so significant or important that you can't walk away from. That means mama, daddy, sister, cousin, brother, uncle, grandmama, granddaddy, best friend, wife, husband. boss, whoever. So whenever a person rejects you, it shouldn't trigger your self-worth. But guess what, y'all? It triggered their self-worth simply because they had a mission to destroy you. And the fact that you told them no, the fact that you did not allow them to succeed, it made them feel extremely disappointed. All right? Number 3, y'all, they took it personal. They took it personal, y'all. One thing I learned while, moving to Atlanta, don't take things personal. Y'all, some people are who they are, right? Some people are dealing with things at home. Some people are dealing with things in their relationships, and they don't know how not to bring it to their place of business. They don't know how to not project it onto others. They simply don't know. So what they do is internalize it, and anybody who come into their life, anybody who they are around, they're going to try to harm them and hurt them. Okay? So when you take things personal, you forget the finer things in life. You forget the bigger picture. You forget why you do what you do. You took it personal. So for instance, y'all, let's just say you ain't coming to work. That job got to make a business decision. It don't mean that you are less of a person. It don't mean that you don't have the tools. It don't mean that you're not gifted. It just simply means that we got to make a business decision. I understand it. I get that you had to, take care of your kids. I get that you had to do other things that were more important. But what you want to understand is you can't take it personal. It's a business decision. But I was sick that week. I understand. We got to make a business decision. Don't take it personal. When people are on their jobs and they pissed off and they see my handsome face and they mad at me for no reason and I don't even know them, I don't even take it personal. I just say, you know what? I'm just a face at this point. I'm just a face. I'm just a body. And I happen to see you at the wrong place at the wrong time. No big deal. I don't take it personal. Somebody drop in the comments and say, don't take it personal. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, don't take it personal. Right? Don't take it personal if a person want to leave you. Don't take it personal if a person hurts you. Don't take it personal if they're trying to destroy you. Don't even take it personal. It don't got nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with their own self-worth, their own value, and their own character. Make sense what I'm saying, family? Drop in the comments and let me know. Moving on to the next one, y'all, is going to be number 4. That is expectations. All right? Expectations. Expectations is huge. And the reason why it's huge, y'all, is because anytime you expect a person to do something for you, anytime you expect a person to say something on your behalf, anytime you expect anything, it's going to be a huge issue, right? Expectations are only premeditated failures. I say it all the time, y'all. So the reason why they're furious is because they expected for you to lose. They expected for you to fail. They expected for you to be hurt. They expected for you to stop. Many people said you wouldn't be nothing. Many people said that you wouldn't be great. Your own family laughed at you when you said that you was going to take the leap of faith. The leap of faith? You need to leap on a job. That's what they said, y'all. And here you are becoming successful. And now their expectations of your failure hurts them even worse. Make sense what I'm saying, y'all? Expectations. I don't expect for nobody to be in my life. I don't expect for nobody to do anything for me. I don't expect it. Because the moment I expect something, the moment I'm going to set myself up for failure. Period. Number 5, y'all. Last thing. They are empty-handed. Right? They are empty-handed. Y'all remember on the medieval movies, y'all? When they always say, off with your head. Right? Off with his head. And the king or the pharaoh or the emperor or the empress would say, bring his head back to me. And if they don't come back with their head, it's gonna be a huge issue. Matter of fact, they're gonna take their head. Make sense, y'all? See, they're coming back empty-handed. They were supposed to come back to the enemy with your head. They were supposed to come back to the enemy with your tears in their hand. They were supposed to come back showing some type of blood, but they are empty-handed. They are empty-handed. Somebody drop in the comments and say you empty-handed. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you empty-handed. You know why? Because they were unable to take your character. They were unable to take your heart. They were unable to take your soul. They were unable to take from you. They couldn't take from you. When a person go to prison, the entire objective of going to that facility is to rehabilitate you and to institutionalize you so it can change your mindset. It can then change how you act, right? Now, aside from the negative acts, of course, you should come out more positive. But let me just say this, y'all. Those who go to prison and they come out with their same type of mindset, they come out, and when I say same type of mindset, I mean not in a negative way, but in a positive way, right? Not coming out, mad, mean, worse than they were before they went in. I'm talking about those who are now reading more books, listening to more podcasts, educating themselves, trying to educate others, right? They did not allow the system to break their souls. That's a strong individual. And that's their way of saying, hey, y'all came back empty-handed, but I didn't. Y'all thought y'all was going to break my mindset. Y'all thought y'all was going to break my soul, my spirit. You can't. Why? Because of how I view myself. The way you view yourself is very important, right? If you listen to your mom or your dad who said you ain't gonna never be nothing, then guess what? You will start looking at yourself as nothing. But if you view yourself and listen to how you view yourself and pay attention to how you view yourself, and if you see yourself as a king, that's what you're gonna be. A queen, that's what you're gonna be. Not nothing. So they came back empty-handed. They thought they was gonna have your character in their hand, your mindset in their hand, your pain in their hand. All they got is an empty palm. That's it. And so with that being said, y'all understand something. Someone is furious because that failed mission disappointed them, all right? But y'all already know how we do. We'll do a smooth recap, y'all, and then we're going to conclude this video. Number one, y'all, they came close. Number two, rejection triggers self-worth. Number three, they took it personal. Number four, expectations. And number five, y'all, they are empty-handed, all right? Y'all already know how we do. Y'all check out any one of these Yes Sir hoodies, Yes Sir t-shirts. Book a one-on-one session with me, y'all. And check out any one of my books by hitting the link in my description or on my YouTube channel. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace.